Administrator Tavener, how many people have enrolled in the exchanges?
Chairman Camp, that number will not be available till mid-November. We have over 700,000 who have completed applications.
So you know the applicants, but do you know the enrollees? Do you have an idea of how many of those applicants became enrollees? Because that's really the number that matters.
We will not have that till mid-November. We have people who are shopping now. We expect the initial number to be small, and I think you've seen that in our projections, and that was the Massachusetts experience as well.
I have to tell you, the numbers I'm hearing from insurers in my home state of Michigan are not good. In fact, of enrollees. A very small number. In fact, I think I could have a meeting in my office and have all of them fit in, of the people who've been successfully enrolled in the plans. I understand that CMS's stated goal is 7 million enrollees by the end of March. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And I think critically important of that 7 million, 2.3 million of those need to be young and healthy. I think those are your metrics. Is that correct?
I don't have that metric with me, but I'll check on it.
Okay. I believe those are numbers that CMS has put out. The Associated Press reported in early September that there was a memo prepared for by the Assistant Secretary for Planning and Health. Are you aware of that press story and that memo? I think it went through your office to Secretary Sebelius.
That went through the enrollment numbers?
Yes, and it said that there were month-to-month predictions of enrollment numbers showing a path to the 7 million that I mentioned.
Right.
Could you make that memo available to the committee?
Certainly.
According to the press report, that the memo estimated that 494,620 people would sign up for health insurance under the program by October 31st. Now, we're obviously very near that date. Have you met that estimate?
We will not have those numbers available till mid-November.
So do you not know? Do you not have any idea of how many people have enrolled, or you're...
Folks are still in the process of enrolling, both in the state-based exchanges and in the federal exchange, and we will have those numbers available in mid-November.
Are you getting those numbers?
Am I getting those numbers? Not yet.
You have no numbers on who's enrolled, so you have no idea?
We will have those numbers available in mid-November.
So no one is forwarding even weekly updates on...
I think you've seen some of the press, and I think that was on the graph earlier about what states have listed. We will get those numbers in mid-November.
But I understand you're not publicly releasing those numbers, but I'm asking, do you have any idea of, on a weekly basis, how many people enrolled? I mean, how do you not know how many people have enrolled?
Chairman Camp, we will have those numbers available in mid-November.
But is your staff updating you on those? Are you getting those on a periodic basis? I realize you're not prepared to give this to the committee, even though this is a government program and we're trying to do oversight here and we're trying to understand what the problems are. But do you have some idea of what those problems might be in terms of the numbers?
I'm not quite sure what you're asking me.
Well, you've said that 700,000 people have completed the application process, so clearly you're getting some information. Do you have any idea of how many of those can move to the next step of enrolling, of looking at plans?
So
how many are eligible? How many have decided to enroll?
Once individuals complete the application, then they go into the shopping experience where they can look at plans. We do get numbers on the number of applications, and then we need to break those out. And that's what I'm saying. This is part of the rollout that we will give in mid-November for the October data.
Okay, so you do have the applications, which is a 700,000 number, but
yes.
You don't have how many people successfully enrolled.
I'm saying people are still in the process of enrolling.